It's been a very stressful day for academics. Today must be Let's Diss DJ Academics Day. Because on my timeline is multiple rappers dissing academics at the same time. It felt like the entire industry was being thrown at academics. Now, he navigated it pretty well. All right. Like, none of the beef seemed too serious,
It be like that.
besides one of them, which was with Blueface. And the beef with Blueface started off as petty, but now it's then escalated to a point of no return.
Talking about fat piece of shit.
Is it the crack soldier? Is it the... You know what I realized when it comes to the fourth quarter? Crackhead soldier comes out to play. I don't know if it's the bills he owed. Maybe it's the $4 million he owes. I don't know what it is. But crackhead soldier just come out to play. Now, Blue. Not Blue. I mean, soldier. But yeah, it's damn near one and the same at this point. I feel you got some misdirected hate, my brother. I didn't your baby moms. Blueface did. Okay? Blueface your baby mama. You seem very perturbed, and you've been beefing with everybody but the chick who gave up the...
This behavior is very common to Soulja Boy. Comment online and dissing somebody unprovokingly. Yo, you can't even pinpoint why Soulja Boy was dissing academics, right? The best guess is he was upset that academics posted Blueface talking about Soulja Boy and calling Soulja Boy a rat, or saying that Soulja Boy encouraged his girlfriend to sue him. So that's the most I think academics did to Soulja Boy yesterday, right? For him to go off on this rant right here, dissing. He's been a public figure for 20 plus years. You would think he understood how a blog works. But the thing I don't respect about this Soulja Boy rant, Soulja Boy will go off on these rants, disrespect somebody, call them out their names, and then a day or two later, oh, nah, bro, you know, like, you the homie, bro, man, I was just tripping, bro, right? And blaming it on bipolarism or mental health, I don't know what it is, bro, but Soulja Boy has done this too routinely. But even in his response to Soulja Boy, he kind of gave Blueface an underhanded compliment. But at that time, Blueface had already dissed academics. So, you know, you kind of understood the underhanded compliment. Now, the reason why DJ Academics and Blueface beef started was Academics went online and he pretty much told artists, hey, let me give you guys some free advice. I thought the advice was some pretty good advice. He told artists, hey, you know, you want to maintain an aura, a sense of mystique. You don't really want to burn yourself out by doing hella content and collabing with streamers and, you know, being a YouTuber, being a tech. Like, you kind of want to keep the focus on music, but also like create this level of aura, right? You don't want to burn yourself out, or at least burn yourself out to the public. Now, Blueface is probably the first rapper you think of when you think about the rapper content creator, probably him and DDG. So Blueface kind of felt slighted. Well, not really slighted, because I don't feel like he thought that Academics was talking about him specifically, but he felt astray.
If you're an aspiring artist, do not listen to nothing Academic says, bro. Don't take his advice. Don't, because Academics is like, you feel me? One year he gonna be saying this, next year he gonna be saying that, and if you take his advice, you ain't gonna make it nowhere. You feel me? You gotta stay, you know, where you headed to. So it's like, if Academics is like, one day he gay, one day he lesbian. You feel me? Then one day he pansexual, then one day he's a transgender.
That's a crazy
like,
example.
Somebody like that, you can't really take advice from, bro. You just gotta, you know,
If you hook me up to a lie detector test and ask me, do I feel like Blueface was trying to be disrespectful? Do I feel like Blueface was looking for a problem or a beef with Academics? Or did Blueface think that would cause a problem with I would have probably answered no. I don't think Blueface did this, you know, like deliberately to cause beef. I feel like he was just trying to, or he was at least just speaking his mind, to be honest. But Academics kind of took offense to this once, the references, like you compare him to some crazy things. But then also, too, though, Academics will call Blueface a hypocrite, because Blueface gave similar advice, if not the same advice, when he first got home. But then, you know, he made the complete 180 once he started streaming.
By the way, I never mentioned any names. I never addressed them. However, Blueface did make a Twitch account, and he's been streaming, so he felt I was taking shots at him. As I said, a hit dog will holler.
Do not listen to nothing Academic says, bro. Don't take his advice. Don't, because Academics is like, you feel me?
Remember, not too long ago, this was you.
And then after a while, it's gonna be like, man, the longer I'm on here, the more lame shit I'm gonna indulge in. And then after a while, it's gonna be like, man, you know, it's not, what's up with the rapper, you know?
Blueface, when you just got out, and maybe the scribble scrabble was like, it's still in your eye, you couldn't see, you were saying exactly what I was saying.
That's
you
facts,
were giving a warning to other people about why, as a rapper, you shouldn't do too many streams. Did you forget? Don't tell me you got another concussion from Krishan Rock. Or maybe the new golden retriever may have given you a concussion.
I ain't gonna hold you. Academics came with receipts. You definitely just said the same thing, Blueface, and then when Academics reiterated what you said, you got mad because you in that space doing that. Like, that is weird.
Saying the same damn thing that I did. But let me refresh your memory.
The longer I'm on here, the more lame shit I'm gonna indulge in. And then after a while, it's gonna be like, man, it's not. What's up with the rapper,
Yeah.
You gotta, they hold you up to a certain standard as a rapper, and you gotta hold yourself to that, Of course, I could jump on here and make tons of money, but it's for example, this is kind of like popcorn-ish, Put it in the microwave. Content probably lasts a day or two,
It sounds like Akademiks and Blueface agreed, but with new information comes new opinion. Blueface might have gotten more game from DDG. DDG might have sat Blueface down and ran him through his streaming numbers, ran him through, like the Twitch, and actually walked him through, the Twitch has actually increased my sales, increased my music numbers. And that might have changed Blueface's mind, right? So I'm not going to hold him to what he said when he got out of jail, which is not that long ago, to be honest. Well, Blueface responded back to Akademiks, and this is when he took off the gloves, and he said some pretty disturbing things about Akademiks, which I hate to see it go this far, bro. Because Blueface is a part of Whack 100's camp. Whack and Akademiks have a really great relationship. So now to see Blueface and Ak not seeing eye to eye and beefing now, it's crazy. And I just know Ak is not gonna forgive Blueface for what he said on stream. Like for Blueface to pull up what he pulled up and said what he said, Ak is never going to forgive Blueface.
Ain't it? I'm pretty much about 10 of 10. In everything I've said, it would have probably went the other way. You definitely didn't listen, and it went the other way. You went to jail. You got scribble scrabble on your face. You got Charles Barkley Jr. because y'all wouldn't stop smoking weed and drinking alcohol during 9 months of the pregnancy. I told you about your house. Maybe you should want to pay it off. You were beefing with a nigga who owned all his shit with all his cars paid off, and your shit was in. You were making minimum payments and forgetting them because you was high off that weed and off that hen dog with the one-tooth bandit, and then basically you're now selling the house. You start lying on your penis. I told you that's not a good thing. Then you lied again, and you have to pay almost $200,000. You see all the advice I gave you. You should damn near call me daddy, because I told you like a good son. If you do these things, life will be good. You say, it, Dad, I'm gonna do it my way, and I said, go ahead. You know what they say? A hard head makes a soft ass. Pause. If you know that term or that phrase, you know it. It is what it is.
This drunk. Akademiks is drunk, everybody.
You're out of jail.
He's drunk. Can't watch a drunk man just rant. Telling me about my business. How about we watch Akademiks raping bitches? How about that? Since Akademiks like to take, let's react to his rape charge.
Hip-hop personality DJ Akademiks accused of and a woman filed a lawsuit claiming the YouTube commentator drugged and then
Ak out here taking coochie? You stealing coochie, Ak?
And this is like the unfortunate part about false accusations, man, which is why, I get so pissed off at false accusations. Because for the most part, even when you go through the legal process, and let's say you prove that you didn't do it, the accusations are still going to be there, right? Because they're in the atmosphere, right? Like, for example, this chick who's currently suing Akademiks because, like, Akademiks' two friends ran a train on her, like, while she visited Akademiks. First off, I don't even know how you could sue me because my friends ran a train on you. But I guess she tried to incorporate Ak into it as well. But this chick, in her case, got picked up by a lawyer called Tyrone Blackburn. Tyrone Blackburn is the same lawyer who sued Diddy and other powerful people. He caught his own criminal case because of it. I think he lost his rights, rights to practice. A lot of his cases, including the Lil Rod case, kind of fell to the wayside. So I'm not even sure if this case, if this lawsuit is even still active, or if because Tyrone Blackburn kind of lost his right to practice, Akademiks essentially got like a default dismissal. Who knows? But Blueface bringing this up and treating this particular thing as a fact, to me, is a dangerous game. Because Blueface is a rapper. As a rapper, you're going to deal with multiple women at the time. You're going to deal with a lot of women. All it takes is one of those women coming out and lying on you and putting a false accusation on you. Now, Academics, who got a huge media voice, all he has to do now is just take those accusations and report it as if it's a fact, right? And as men, no matter how we feel about somebody, brother, one thing we kind of have to walk on edge and walk on eggshells with, and kind of teeter that line, is accusations that women make against men. Because you never know when it's going to be your time, especially if it's an accusation that don't really have any factual basis, that kind of lack teeth, right? That is a he said, she said, because it could be you at any point. And if it's you, Blueface, I don't feel like you would want for Academics to use this huge platform to validate those accusations against you, especially if it's not true.
Oh my goodness.
At his house in New Jersey in 2022. She says 2 other men also sexually attacked her at the property earlier in the evening. The suit also accuses Academics of defamation, claiming he publicly denied the and made demeaning.
All right, chat. I ain't know Ack was a
Let's react to this.
was an essay, so I can't even go back and forth with him. He's an essay offender. We'll go back to him.
Him.
No, I already reacted to that.
You did?
Yeah. Chat, I can't go back and forth for nobody that's out here taking from bitches, man. I can't do that. You stole some regular coochie, Ack? Not even a body. You stole some regular, like. What'd he do to you, girl?
I'm crazy right now, but I'm not gonna stand here and let this man continue to lie about me. That's not what happened, Academics. You know that that's not what happened. And for you to pretend that you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm just some thought, like we didn't know each other for 2 years. You tried to save yourself after your friends assaulted me. Whether or not you got drunk or not, I know that when you woke up, you were on top of me too. You left me too, and a test.
Nah, that's not cool, chat. That's not cool, chat.
A kit was done. You know what? I'm gonna come back with my own story. This is what you wanted, and you're about to get it. I've been quiet for way too long.
Nah, chat.
I look crazy right now, but I'm not.
Nah, chat.
She's beautiful.
Nah, chat.
But
Hell no, chat. Hell no.
that's sad.
She said you was on top of me too. That's crazy, Ack. That's crazy. You sitting up on here giving my advice, and you out here stealing vagina.
Y'all ever heard the saying, every day for rogue, one day for master? That's essentially saying, listen, at some point, somebody is going to get the last laugh. And that's usually the media person. Like the media person, like the person who's online every day giving their opinions, they're usually the one who's going to get the last laugh.
Yeah, but they both media people at this point. Let me vibe with y'all for a minute. Shout out Poetic Flacco. It's your boy Jet Ski G, Mr. Late Night himself. We back with another banger. Now with this one, it's a little sticky because I ain't gonna hold you. Act pulled up receipts. Really, Blueface was just wrong. Like everything he said is true about like being overexposed. And if you're an artist, you want to like keep mysticism to yourself. That's true. And Blueface did say that on stream about before becoming a streamer because he was scared to lose his mysticism. And then everything else Academics said about Blueface was also true. Everything that he said was going to happen happened. And if he gave him advice not to do that, then you didn't listen. But I could see Blueface being a man in his ego. In that situation, I covered that situation, and almost everything that was in that situation was a little sketchy. It didn't really add up. Now, the one thing where I stopped messing with Academics was the when he was on the when he was on the chat with the little Indian boy, and he was saying weird stuff. That's when I was done with Academics. That's when I cut him off. I was done. But this situation right here, it looked like, more of a money grab. Because we went through all of the litigation, we went through all that stuff, and it just looked like it just didn't look right. So with Blueface, but I'm sure Blueface knows that. That's why nothing came out of it. And to bring it up, that's kind of corny. he was better off bringing the stuff up when Ak was on the stream. He was saying that weird stuff to the little boy. Because that's when I was done with him. That's when everybody was done with him. But Blueface was in jail, so he probably don't even know how that situation with the girl ended. He probably went to jail before. I don't know, but yeah, that was kind of weird because it's like a common consensus that like the girl's story just didn't add up. Like nothing added up. It was weird, and I covered that on this channel. Y'all can actually look it up, like for the step by step, because I was trying to grind academics up myself, but when I looked at it, I was like, it just don't look like it just ain't that, man. It don't look like it's that. But you want to give somebody like they do chance to speak their truth. You get what I'm saying? So that's that. But y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know who y'all think wrong and right. They both media at this point. Like Blueface is doing reactions all day, every day, giving his opinions. So they both media. It's your boy Jetski G, Mr. Late Night himself. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, you know I love y'all. Drop it in the comments who y'all think right and wrong in this. I'm out, y'all. It's gonna get ugly, I'm telling you.